Hi, thanks for tuning in to my official YouTube channel. I'm Reverend MeeLing, also known as Reverend Susan MeeLing, Lady Dori, Belle, been known by a few names. I'm still just me. That's simple. So, my YouTube channel, The Ornery PSA, because, well, those who have known me over the years and actually, known me, know that I could be a little stubborn at times. Could be, despite not actually trying to be difficult, I'm actually, fairly laid back, unless I'm uncomfortable, and then I am how I am. I try to be more easily understood in a lot of ways, and then, sometimes it's just easier for me to be able to discuss things with people in different ways. And so, I tend to be more reserved in various ways than some might expect, because, well, I have the hairstyle that I have, the tattoos that I have, and, there are people that over the years have actually been quite surprised. I've gotten both sides. I've gotten the, oh wow, I can't believe you're so, and then I've gotten the, oh wow, you're actually like really quiet. It's like, yeah, I know I'm not the only one that's like that, but yeah. So I'm wearing, as you can see, my favorite t-shirt that I found this online, and I have worn it so many times because I really like this t-shirt. It says, Donald Trump, finally somebody with some balls. I wore this so many times. So many times. It looks like that. I know I think the fashion term is actually called acid wash or faded wash or something like that. I don't know what I think it's one of those terms. Nonetheless, I've just worn it this many times. That's just how many times I've worn it. And so it's a comfortable shirt. It's extremely comfortable material. And I really like what it says. I do. I like what it says. I wore it. See, I found this t-shirt after I got back from whatever, it was 2015 when I found this shirt. I had already been working on my Medal of Honor art project from August of 2014 all the way until this was 2016 when I purchased this shirt. I purchased this shirt in 2016, just after he had gone through the primaries to be in the general election for 2016. That's when I got this shirt. I've worn this shirt so many times, so many places. So I wore this shirt, and when I'd go to volunteer when I was in Washington State, I had fun wearing this t-shirt because, of all places where I was volunteering, I kind of figured it just kind of fit in ideally in certain regards, because it's like, hey, I know where I'm volunteering, and what goes on where I volunteer at, this is nothing compared to some of the things I've seen and some of the things that I have heard. So, this t-shirt's kind of, mild in comparison, and thinking about that. I'm just saying. And so, I like my t-shirt. I wore this when I went to Oregon for my Medal of Honor art project, which in 2016 I had contacted the congressman. I can't remember his name, but I contacted his office because of the commendation I found online for Sergeant, I think he was an E7, Frank Charles High. And he's in a location in southern Oregon, closer to Gold Hill. And I had read the commendation, and I had looked at what his marker said. And his marker said that he was a part of the Spanish-American War, I think. But the commendation I found online, because I checked that stuff out before I would go for my Medal of Honor art projects. Trips. So I contacted the congressman of the area because it's the Congressional Medal of Honor, and I had left a voicemail saying, you know, I've been working on my Medal of Honor art project, told him my name, told him my website, that sort of stuff, so that way you could see what I was talking about. And the Medal of Honor recipient, Frank Charles High, E7, from the either Spanish American or American or French Indian. I know that it's one or the other. It's on his marker, but the commendation that I found online in every place that I had looked online had said that he had been in, I think it was the Vietnam War. Was it the Vietnam War? It was essentially a war that he wasn't in, and not only that he wasn't in it, but it was the wrong years. So I had left a voicemail saying, you know, could you let me know how to fix that for that guy and his family, because I know I can't contact the funeral home in that regard, and the maintenance for the cemetery, because I'm not biologically related to him. And, you know, that way I could properly complete my Medal of Honor art project, because I don't want to be disrespectful to the, you know, to that guy or his family. And so I received a voicemail back from the congressman that had said that he didn't know what I was talking about, and that there was no way for him to verify that particular Medal of Honor recipient. And then in the voicemail that I received, the congressman had said, why would you even contact a congressman about the Medal of Honor? And that was the end of it. And so I told some of the people that I was volunteering with in the location that I was volunteering at, and they were like, what? And I told them, I said, yeah, I was really confused because, I mean, it's called the Congressional Medal of Honor. Yes, it is presented by the President of the United States of America. However, you know, it has to go through a whole bunch of processes in order to be approved to be awarded. And so, you know, it has to go through Congress. And so, and there's the Library of Congress and stuff like that. And so the guys that I spoke with, all of them having military backgrounds, are just, yeah, that's really weird. And so I had asked them, do you know of who I should contact at this point? Because if the Congressional Medal of Honor, like, I mean, I had sent out emails. Now, at this point, on the 20th of June 2020, I obviously have figured out about some individuals causing problems and hacking and all that sort of stuff. I did not know that back then. And so I would guesstimate whoever pretended to be a congressman for that voicemail probably needs to worry about that congressman along with all sorts of other individuals in reference to that, because obviously at those times I had no idea that anybody was causing problems to my Medal of Honor art project. And so, but I did wear my t-shirt when I was in Oregon. I spoke with a whole bunch of people, absolutely not realizing that that could be considered as campaigning in any way, shape, or form. I've talked about all sorts of stuff. It depends on how the discussion goes. And so, did that, and then also in reference to in Montana in 2016, there were a couple of gas stations, and I have this shirt and I have another t-shirt that has a pair of boots and it says "Vets for Trump." And it was like the first time I could like personally acknowledge, okay, yes, I am technically, it's not that I ever denied it, it's just I've had issues because I didn't graduate basic training. And so because I didn't graduate basic training and I had the head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000, it's been a personal issue for me. So that was literally the first time I could actually accept it's a personal thing, that by technicalities, yes, I am a veteran, but because of the way I had gone as far as joining the military and looking at the Marine Corps and all that sort of stuff, it was one of those, I never accepted that I was a soldier because, you know, I didn't graduate basic training. And while the United States of America's Army branch of the armed forces, unlike the Marine Corps, you're a soldier as soon as you sign, I took the Marine Corps viewpoint in reference to if I graduated. And it was kind of reiterated when I got my Article 15, when I was in Medical Hold Unit. And I had gotten the Article 15 until, you know, can act like a soldier. So it kind of was a double-edged sort of thing. And so, while there were, you know, plenty of ways that, yes, I could, I just felt like I was stealing valor. And I didn't want to steal valor. I have this really big thing about honor, and not just because of my Medal of Honor art project, because, I mean, I started my Medal of Honor art project in 2014, but I've had this thing about honesty and truth for a very long time. And so saying that I was a soldier, it was this weird thing for me. I get, you know, I'm weird. Nonetheless, where other people haven't had issues accepting certain things, and that's cool. I'm weird. I don't deny that. So I did wear this t-shirt along with the other one in Montana, and there were a couple times when I stopped at a gas station and some guys asked me some questions like, why are you looking at voting for Trump? I said, oh, because I grew up in New Jersey and I had a head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000, and one guy in particular had asked me, well, what does that have to do with anything? I said, well, it's actually kind of important. And he goes, okay, why? And I said, because, you know, I had my head injury on Palm Sunday in 2000 when I had fought to be emancipated to join the United States of America's Armed Forces Army branch. And, you know, I deal with headaches and migraines, but I also deal with memory deficits and cognitive disorders, and I went from college algebra with trigonometry and calculus to second grade math. So I have very few memories in certain references, and the main things that I can remember about Trump and his group is that he had put a bid in for the Wallaman ring, and he and his group had not only refunded money back to New York City instead of finding ways to keep the money, but he also did it in less time, and that ice rink is still, really well known, still used, so on and so forth. And so the guy and I talked. I think I wound up being in that gas station for like half an hour, 45 minutes, just talking with that guy. It was on, I think it was on Route 2 in Montana, for those near Sweetgrass or Sweet Cut or something like that. And so we talked for a whole bunch of time and stuff like that. And I did that in different areas whenever I was asked about it. I was like, yeah, this is why, this is this, this is that. And whatchamacallit, it wasn't, I mean, looking back, I guess it's kind of considered a big deal, but, because I didn't even know that was considered as campaigning. I was just, doing my stuff. And, at some point, that guy at the gas station, he goes, so, why are you in Montana? I said, I'm working on my Medal of Honor art project. And that was after we had talked about Trump and everything. And he was like, so you're doing what? I was like, yeah, I'm just going and being respectful military guys. And I came up with this idea for my Medal of Honor art project. And I'm just doing my stuff. And, it's really cool because I get to see the different areas of, the different states. And it's real pretty and stuff like that. And we talked for a little bit longer, like another half hour, 45 minutes on top of the initial one. We just kept talking, and he's like, oh my God, you're doing what? And I'm like, yeah. He's just, okay, cool. And so, and there were multiple discussions that I had when I was out, just doing my thing, being me. And I didn't even realize that could have ever been considered as campaigning. I also didn't think about, a lot of other stuff. I mean, I thought about a lot of stuff. However, my mind goes the way it goes. And so, just spoke with whoever I spoke with. And I mean, I spoke with the different employees and the different hotels that I stayed in. I spoke with pretty much any gas station that I was at. A lot of times, especially in 2016 and 2017, I spoke with a whole bunch of people. And I was just being me. I am talkative, I know that. I also am really shy at times. And if I'm not in a really big group, I don't necessarily sound the way I look, if that makes sense. So I've got my, hairstyle and my hair color, I got my tattoos, and so I don't look, as it's been explained to me, I don't look like someone who is very Republican or quiet or reserved or all these different things. And the ironic dichotomy is I'm actually extremely quiet, mainly because of my headaches and migraines. I will speak when it's important, at least as I feel it's important, but I do listen. I do listen a lot. That is also part of headaches and migraines. But I am how I am, and I've been made fun of a lot for stuff like that. However, at the same time, it's also just been, well, I figured in some ways I couldn't be the only one, and not saying that it's right, just figuring ways to do better and just be better. And so, yeah. I contacted, I can't remember the congressman's name, but it went straight to voicemail. It didn't even ring, like, more than one time. And so, you know, again, I didn't know about the hacking issue, of course. Figured that out in 2019, mainly in November of 2018, and the visit to Joint Base Lewis McChord to speak with CID, or Criminal Investigation Division, and then them telling me to contact the Pentagon, which I did. I didn't hesitate, although I realize now it's probably not the most normal thing to be told, yeah, you need to contact the Pentagon. It's probably not the most normal thing. Kind of like it's probably not the most normal thing to, you know, contact the Tacoma police and then be like, yeah, so you should contact the FBI. It probably is not the most common thing to happen. I don't really think about that much. I mean, every now and then I've thought about, oh, it's kind of a little weird. But then, you know, well, my mind goes the way my mind goes. So it's just been like, oh, well, it's probably not the most common thing to happen. But I did it. So, you know, okay, I'll contact as I need to, and then it kind of went from there. And so, you know, I just you know, I don't really know what to say at that point, because it's kind of like, well, you know, if that's what needed to be done, okay. Well, you know, I went and did what I was supposed to do. I realized it was, so, you know, yeah. But I did. This is my favorite t-shirt. And, you know, I've said some things. So then there's also that where it's one of those, well, I don't know if, like, I mean, I'm thinking the way I grew up and where I grew up and some of the words that people have complained about when it comes to President Trump. It's like, that's not so bad. It's not, I mean, have some people seen what is written online? Really? Just saying, in comparison, realistically, it's not bad. Not at all. So I know I'm weird. I get that. It is what it is. So, you know, on my way to go hang out with some fellow patriots. To go, well, I'll mainly be listening. I can't really watch too much, but I do listen. And so, you know, I'm going to go do that. Hang out with some, you know, it's going to be fun. Because this will be actually the first time I actually watch or listen, mainly. But the first time that I actually, like, do something that, like, with other people. Because my now ex-boyfriend, anytime I told him, he's gonna do a rally, but he's gonna go, it's gonna be awesome. He's gonna go talk about stuff. It's gonna be awesome. And I was the only one who was really excited, and so now I'm, like, really excited because there are others that are excited and just as excited as I had been. I just didn't know that there were others that were as excited as I had been, except for what I had seen, mainly listened to, but seen on the rally coverage. Because, well, where I was at, nobody really talked about that, and nobody wanted to get together, and it's like, it's so awesome. So I'm really excited. I stayed up all night during the election night. It's like, he's gonna win, I know it. He's gonna win, I know it. I'm gonna stay up until the last vote is counted. I know it, he's gonna win, I know it, I know it, I know it, I know it, and then yay. And then I got all excited and I ran around, and my now ex-boyfriend was just, okay, yeah, well, whatever. It's like, so bad. Why am I the only one that's that excited? Can't be the only one that. So yeah, so that's where I'm on my way to now. So you guys have a good one. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to my official YouTube channel.